Hi. A few weeks ago, Fridman had a great conversation with Elon Musk and discussed many attractive topics, including Mars colonization, Tesla bot, cryptocurrencies, and more. All links can be found in the description below. Lex is a great podcast host. Make sure you visit his channel even if you're not into technology. You'll have a great lesson in other field. But one topic caught my attention, that's why I'm making this video right now. It was Tesla's FSD. FSD stands for Full Self-Driving Ability. Tesla's FSD is one of the most advanced 21st century publicly available technology that uses neural networks to make the switchcraft possible. Lex poetically asked, what is the hardest thing to overcome in order to achieve FSD? Here's the question and the answer that should be heard.
What do you think is the hard part in this whole beautiful, complex problem?
So it's a lot of freaking software, man. A lot of smart lines of code. For sure, in order to have create an accurate vector space. So, like you're coming from image space, which is like this flow of photons, going to the cameras, and and then so you have this massive bit stream in image space, and then you have to effectively compress a massive bit stream corresponding to photons that knocked off an electron in a camera sensor, and turn that bit stream into vector space. By vector space, I mean you've got cars and humans and lane lines and curves and traffic lights and that kind of thing. Once you have an accurate vector space, the control problem is similar to that of a video game, like a Grand Theft Auto or Cyberpunk. If you have accurate vector space, it's the control problem is I wouldn't say it's trivial. It's not trivial, but it's not like some insurmountable thing. But having accurate vector space is very difficult.
So let me try to explain in simple terms how it's done. Tesla is equipped with 8 surround cameras that provide 360 degrees of visibility around the car at up to 250 meters of range. 12 updated ultrasonic sensors complement this vision, allowing for detection of both hard and soft objects at nearly twice the distance of the prior system. Visuals are the inputs for a neural network that recognizes objects such as vehicles, pedestrians, lines, curves, traffic lights, signs, everything, even debris. To make it even more accurate, car has forward-facing radar, which is shown in blue, and that radar is looking out and measures depths of objects to calculate distances precisely. All results of the perception system are converted to three-dimensional space. Tesla calls this 3D space vector space. The information of the vehicle and the space in which it is located, such as the position, speed, lane, signs, signal lights, and surrounding objects of the vehicle is digitized and then visualized in this space. The system is even capable to predict what is likely going to happen. I won't go into details talking about technology and logic behind it, but I highly recommend to watch conference event where Elon and Tesla team made an astonishing presentation. And I thought I'll try to modify my current Unity project to make simple simulation where fully autonomic cars navigate through the city. Let's see what would be theoretically possible if we had a perfect vector space in real life, real time. This virtual world is already a perfect vector space. We are able to calculate any property insanely precise in real time. For example, this number shows the distance between white and yellow cube. This value is updated 50 times per second, so reaction time is out of this world. Okay, so my plan is to create a small procedurally generated city with buildings only, where every car is controlled by artificial intelligence and their goal is pretty simple: reach their destination. A tiny cube which is also spawned in this world at random position. When car reaches its destination, a new destination appears somewhere else. Objective sounds straightforward, but we'll see what kind of challenges awaits us in the city where there are no traffic rules, lanes or any structure. So I started with the hardest task, editing my AI behavior so they could navigate to their destination. I have already had an AI algorithm, but I had to apply some changes. Algorithm itself is nothing fancy. It tries to go straight to the destination, but if some object appears on the detectable radius, the agent maneuvers to avoid obstacles. Car has 3 forward-facing sensors for object detection, and the detection distance, length of those green lines, depends on current traveling speed. I wrote code from the scratch applying real-life logic. If you're going faster, you look for obstacles farther away. If there's an object on your left, you take a right-hand turn and vice versa. It may sound dumb as hell, but I was satisfied with results, seeing car perfectly go through narrow gaps. There are some other cases which had to be considered and solved, but I'll explain it in the next video. It turned out it works pretty well, so I'll stick to this behavior for now. By the way, I should mention that cars are physical objects, so they are affected by gravity, drag and inertia. All these factors make simulation a lot more dynamic, and handling of the car is also a huge factor. Next, procedurally generated city.
What do you do?
I do the numbers.
Oh, good for you.
Do you want an M&M?
Yes, it looks terrible, and it has the most depressed architecture, but this obstacle course will do its job. At first step, code generates a random number between specified range. Generated number is coordinate in x-axis, also it goes the same for number in z-axis. Since I'm placing buildings on the ground level, y-coordinate is always 0. Then we check if that position is available by using this line of code. It simply draws an imaginary sphere with radius 7 from a specified point to scan if something collides with this sphere. If that's true, code regenerates spawn position and this function runs again with newly given position. And I'm adding a little offset on y-axis to make sure that the sphere won't collide with the ground. Lastly, I rotate building around y-axis, applying quaternion Euler's function and randomize building height just to make things a little bit more alive. I made a script that generates random color for each AI car and their destination object. I hope it gives clarity for simulation. That means yellow car is going to yellow colored cube and same logic applies to everyone. Alright, let's take a look how it goes. I started easy and ran first simulation test with 10 AI cars. For this test I made sensor arrays visible to have a better visual understanding. Generally it is looking alright, everyone is minding their business and getting their job done. In some cases they are driving like maniacs, but most of the time they manage to avoid crashes. I admit that they are not the smartest ones, but precision is unquestionable. For example, light purple car had to make a sharp right turn because light green car came across, and instead of braking a bit and making left hand turn, purple car kept going forward and at the same time tried to minify the distance to destination by turning left. This primitive AI algorithm leads to such behavior. Driving like this isn't economical or smart, but it still succeeds. As expected, more cars led to more fails, also it showed which functions I should improve. The issue is that AI algorithm treats other cars as stationary objects, like those beautiful, highly detailed buildings in my gorgeous city. Since I can identify what kind of object sensor detects, I'll give a shot developing a safer behavior between cars. After spending some time improving AI, I started to see delightful results. Now they are applying right amount of brakes when detects other car, instead of trying to avoid when driving at maximum speed. I guess it's just me looking at this with a smile on my face, but outcome cheered me up. But sometimes you have to lose the battle to win the war. After latest changes, I noticed some weird actions. A loop between I'm reversing and I gotta go but you're in my way. By finally adjusting some settings in reverse function, I solved this problem, and such a thing as AI meetings are the past now. Still, I wasn't completely satisfied with car behavior. Most of the time when one car is approaching another perpendicular, it ends up with a T-bone accident. It happens because left sensor was triggered at the last moment, and it's physically impossible to stop a car immediately, at least with current settings. In order to increase safety and prevent cars from crashing, I had to implement 2 more sensors, pointed at higher angle from forward direction. They are responsible for car detection only. If sensor identifies any other obstacle, nothing will happen. Now, AI will apply brakes much earlier. The probability of a vertical collision is reduced to a minimum. I guess it's time to make some final tests to see how it goes. I had a lot of fun making this experiment, despite how many hours I spent off track my main project. And we saw just a tiny fraction what could be possibly achieved if we could convert our world into ideal vector space. Who knows, maybe a few years later we'll have neural network systems which could operate in real time, processing hundreds of insanely high resolution images with 99.999% accuracy and simultaneously share data with other appliances. There are a bunch of things what could be improved in this simulation. But even in this state, this simple algorithm could be useful somewhere else. Maybe I'll find a way to implement current version to my main project. Thanks for watching and staying here. See you in the next video. Bye.
Want my body and you think I'm sexy? Come right out and tell me so.
You-
do.